Let's do it. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Barely Christian, where two friends talk about one faith. I'm Curtis. This is my bestie, May.
Hey.
And welcome to the season finale of season 4. I cannot believe we're up to our fourth season, going into our fifth season. Also in a year. Like,
Yeah.
right? A year? A year? We have just been working hard. We work very hard. Shout out to commitment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, it's easier said.
Yeah, we're so consistent. Like, we're really doing this. And then, again, as we shared before, it just started as a much needed Bible study in a
Hmm.
transitional season.
Yeah.
And now it's a YouTube channel and an Instagram and a prayer request hub. And yo, it's so crazy what God can do
It's so lit.
in a year. And so much has happened in our lives personally, and yet we still have delivered. So I just wanted to start off, I guess I wanted to start off the episode by cheering us on. Like, what's
Mm.
up? We did that. We're doing
Yeah.
that. It feels good.
Yeah, no, it does. It's almost feels a little surreal.
Hmm.
Like it's not happening. Um, but yeah, nonetheless, it's been a journey. Yeah.
to say the least. What What's your favorite part about having this podcast?
That when I miss therapy for the week,
Mm.
this is like my runner up. It's like it's a safe space. Um, and it's a space to just 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 to be in my Christian journey, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, spiritual journey, or in my walk with God as I get closer with God. It's a good safe space for me.
I love that answer. Yeah, yeah, when I was, even before we started this podcast, when I was a part of a Bible study group, I remember thanking them all the time too for being like the second runner up to my therapy sessions at the time. So
Yeah.
I feel that deeply. What's
Yeah.
your favorite part about having um my favorite part about this is that it's two things. One, that I get to work with a friend and that we get to I prayed last week. But I get to work with a friend and we get to show and prove, like, we get to show and prove. That's it.
Yeah.
We just get to show and prove. And not in the like boastful way, but like we get to show up for each other. We get to prove for each other. We get to prove that we keep our word. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We've shared so much on here, and we prove it. There's fruit. There's
Right.
fruit.
Fellowship too with each other,
Yeah,
because it's good to know that your friends or your partners, people that you work with, people that you close to, that you're
yeah,
able to talk about God, talk about Jesus, and it's not like a spooky place, like, oh God, here she go again, about to get all spiritual and all into that. I feel that a lot of areas in my life, I don't really have that because I feel like I'm always the one that's super spiritual, and so to have like that mutual fellowship with you is really, really fun and good, and it feels good.
agreed. And
Yeah.
yeah, working with my friend, and then there was a second one.
Oh, I just bombarded your
I can't
spot.
remember, but whatever the second one is, we already do it. That's why I wanted to mention it. So you're exhibiting it, everyone. Thank you for watching. What has been the hardest part about having this podcast?
The hardest part is for me has being vulnerable in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of people, and I mentioned it to you guys before. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this new life, like you're in this new life." So like, sorry to curse, sorry to play this secular music. It's like, please, like people be in front of the camera in this way, and I think that they are. Ooh, thank you, Holy Spirit. I think that they're intimidated a little bit, and then they start to second guess themselves, and then they start to project it on me. But I'm the same person. I'm the same person, whether we're doing barely Christian or not. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still love God. I'm still gonna love Jesus, and I'm still going to bring my whole self to the table in that whole way. Like whether I'm listening to Max B right now, when we hang up, I might put on Max B because that's what I'm feeling. And then I might, put on Yolanda Adams after. I don't know. It just depends on my feeling, and it just depends on regardless. I love him so. But yeah, that's been my hardest part, trying to to let people know that it's okay.
That, yeah, I'm still the,
to
yeah. What's been the
Yeah.
hardest part for me? Mm, the hardest part for me has been um, reminding myself that, like, God, um, like, basically, like, we don't have to do it perfectly, that God sees us trying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel like ever since we started this journey and this podcast, you know, every few months, God will give us a little glimpse, like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, I see y'all working hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we don't look at the analytics and all that stuff all the time. Literally, we don't. We just post. And there have been times, and again, handful, literally one hand, where we do look and we share or whatever, and we're just like amazed by
Mhm.
what God has done
Yeah.
and how quickly it happens too. That's the other thing. It happens quickly. Um, so yeah, not reminding myself that like God sees our hard work and we don't have to do it a certain way. And that's why we started this. You know, I someone sometimes people bring up Barely Christian to me. They ask me about it. They
Yeah.
don't say the name, but they say like you and your friend were talking. I saw you and your friend talking. You know, or when I do talk about having a podcast and I mention the name, people are like, "Oh, that name is great." You know, and I tell them what it means for us, and people are drawn to it. So I say that to say and mark this video. Um, you guys haven't seen anything yet. Like
Period.
God is really gonna do some amazing stuff with this space and with us individually and together. Like
Period.
it's lit. Um,
Period.
and na 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 boo boo. That's crazy. Kids are crazy. And it's
Gosh.
so crazy when you grow up and you find out those things are so many of those things have like racist connotation.
I heard that too. I hear a
I
lot
don't
of.
know if it does, but if you just grow up and you just learn that all of my favorite nursery rhymes and things, it's like what?
Oh,
What?
yeah. Look, it's always me, right? Have to bring it back. But the devil was not only the biggest angel, but he was the god of music. So, um, a lot of the songs, I was having this conversation recently. A lot of songs from our childhood period, whether they're good songs or bad songs, they do bring us back to childhood, which brings us to nostalgia, which makes us nostalgia is linked to depression. So it's like all of those songs from our childhood we remember. And I kind of feel like it's my theory. I don't know how true this is, but I kind of feel like music is uh used to put us in a dark place, whether it's a good song or a bad song. And that
Yeah.
makes because the devil was the god of music. So
Yeah. Wow. Look how you did that.
you guys out there, and I'm still gonna listen to what I want to hear. But
I'm listening with an awareness.
be
Yeah.
aware of anything that you're singing or chanting or
Yeah.
uh, whatever. They
Yeah.
know.
That makes me think of two things. One, to this day, I don't really sing The Weekend by SZA.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Because when it first, and I really love the whole album, I love all her music, but at the time that song came out, I was actually dating. And I was
Yeah,
like, I don't know if I want to sing a song about my man being somebody else's man.
I never was into that song. I'll be honest, and I hate to sound like, oh yeah, I never was into it.
Yeah, no, I just,
Words spells, words are spells. I'm
yeah, I
not
was
a
like, my
musician.
man is not
I,
actually yours. And then that also made me think of a recent interview I saw with Money Long where she talked about
is it Muni or Money?
um I believe it's money because the story I've heard her say is that basically her name is an affirmation.
Okay, okay,
So when you say money long, you're affirming that her money is long and that she is wealthy.
okay, makes
That's
sense.
the story I heard. Um, uh, but she shared like it was on the Joe Budden podcast, and he had asked her about road trips and traveling from show to show, like and she was saying, yeah, in the car. He was like, so you got the aux cord? What are you playing? And she mentioned playing like meditation music or binaural beats. And
Yeah.
so your point just made me think of that. It's like she can sing all of these songs, and again, we're not calling her music good or bad, but she
Hmm.
can sing personal things and share her truth. But in those moments where she's by herself, she's choosing music that has no words.
No,
And so,
literally, are spells.
what'd you say?
Words are spells.
Yeah, so I just find it interesting. Like she can sing, sing words, and then, but when she's by herself and probably wants to regulate herself,
Yeah.
she's choosing music that has no lyrics. There is nothing to sing to. We are just here together. So
I
I found that interesting, but
I do,
very on brand.
I listen to brain frequencies. So I'll listen to like stuff that'll creativity or
Mm-hmm.
stillness or
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
hard to listen to. If it's not like 90s R&B, some of it I have to change out the lyrics because words are spells. Um,
Mm-hmm.
always been a person who was so like I remember when I was like in third grade, I used to print out the lyrics at the library for songs. And then like even in the back of the CDs, I would go in, open it, and get all the lyrics. Like I've always loved the lyrics and words and poems and poetry, which is so crazy why I love the Bible because I've literally always loved literature and words and stuff. So yeah, words are spells. So you won't catch me saying a lot of stuff.
Shout out to
Period.
lyrics.com.
ABC
Yeah,
lyrics, A and
that
lyrics,
lyrics.com
all
is
of
how I
those.
learned lyrics.com is how I learned Bugaboo. I'm trying to think of the hardest songs. So like
Yes,
Bugaboo, No More by 3LW,
yes, yes,
and
yes. I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to think what.
really, really age myself, but Eden's, I don't know if people remember Eden's Crush. That's the
Yes,
that's the original Pussycat Dolls. And they had
you
this
know
song
what?
called Get Over Yourself. Mad
How it?
lyrics. Get over yourself, goodbye. It must be hard to be you, yeah, living in your life. It had mad words.
Wait, song where the girls was like,
I had to read it.
"Oh my God, I think that was a Diddy group too." We're
What's
going
the,
off.
what, Dream?
Remember? Yes, that's the name of the
Um,
group.
what's the song? They didn't have many
He
songs, no shade.
loves me not. Uh,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I'm with in sync right now. But
No,
whatever.
but
You know,
yes, but yes, yes. Mm-hmm. He love me. He love me now. You can hit it with a kiss.
and
With a sweet kiss. Something.
no, all of the I used to know all the songs, but you know, I feel like one song that I had printed out was Ludacris. Is I wanna live.
Yeah.
So I remember my friend's mom had found it in her room, and she was like, "What are y'all in here writing about?" Because we was writing down. Girl, what words are spells?
What are the spells? I
So that
wanna.
part.
Yo, that that is so funny. Shout out to music. Shout out to words.
Yeah. And being mindful. I love that
And being mindful.
you sent me this Christian podcast before. Not podcast, Christian playlist before.
Hmm.
I don't remember, you sent it to me and I just put it on YouTube. And it was literally just because you know a lot, especially us older girls in the back. Not that we're like 50, but mid 30s is given, you know, everything on the radio is sounding the same. There is really no radio anymore. All the songs are kind of gibberish together. You don't know who sings what. You don't know who's party next door. You don't know. Well, we always know who's Chris Brown, but you don't know who these people are. So when the songs start coming on, you just start humming them, singing them, or whatever, and learning them. And then before you know it, and even like on TikTok, you know, they get the 30-second songs or whatever. And then before you know it, you're singing all and saying and speaking all of this stuff over your life. So shout out to Curtis. He sent me this playlist that was sounding just like everybody,
There's
but
one
it
song
was
on
just
there that it literally sounds like Brandy.
yeah, like they have a Brandy dupe, they have a Janae Aiko dupe. It was a Chris Brown dupe. It was
Hmm.
a whole bunch of different vibes, and I was just like doing my hair in the bathroom, and I'm
Yes.
just like along, but it's like God is singing
And
about
no
God is
and no
affirming your
shade. And no shade. I mean this with all love and all respect, all honor. They still the songs because like you said, when you I imagine you when you're doing your hair and stuff, the songs, the playlists, again, they're Christian based. They still make you feel cute. Some of them,
yes,
no shade, they still make you feel sexy. Like,
yes, like the rhythms of the song, the
yeah. Yo,
R&B.
not us being that at that age now. That's crazy.
It will be like Jesus loves the little children. Like I don't want to say nothing negative, baby. All that negative stuff. It's. I'm telling y'all. You know, my therapist. She says it's air gates to your mind.
Hmm.
You gotta. No, she says you have to guide or guard the gates to your mind. That's what she
Hmm.
says. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, anything that has access to your brain, you have to be very careful. So what you watch on TV, what you listen to, what you eat, what you even smell sometimes. So it sounds so ridiculous. Like, girl, please, I'm listening to what I want to listen to because I want to get cute and I want to get dressed. And this is true. I get in those moments too. But when you talk about being in alignment with God and making sure everything is pure and good, sometimes you have to scale back from those things and you notice your mood. Like I remember one time you text me and you were like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I had to stop listening to Kendrick Lamar and Drake because I want to get in a ring and fight with them." Like I had to scale back because I'm getting so angry,
Hmm.
involved. I'm feeling the lyrics and the words. And remember, music is is the devil's doing. That's his playground. So when you get in there, it's like, you know, the gloves come off and before you know it, you're back at square one. So
Yeah.
it's important to just make sure you're pumping yourself with pure content as much as you can. You know, and
Yeah.
this
A
is
balance.
just from us. We do it. It's not just like we thinking about it. No, we also are barely there and we barely um
Yeah.
sometimes you got to check yourself.
It's a choice. Just like yeah. Hmm. I saw this. again, I watch mad interviews, y'all.
Yeah.
That's like where my inspiration comes from. I'm not someone who be like, oh, I saw this movie. Movies, film has never been my like my mood board, but it's interviews. But anyway, I saw this interview. Dude from The Locks.
Sheep.
No, not yeah.
That's my crush.
And it's Ghost. It's Ghost, right?
Goes.
Yeah, Ghost.
They're super inspirational though.
Yeah, so he has the vegan restaurant in Brooklyn, I believe. I think it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
he was saying like, he's been vegan for a couple of years now, and he was saying like, as a vegan, he don't judge other people who eat what they eat, but he
Hmm.
said, if you eat something dead, make sure you eat something alive.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah, and that's it. He's
So like
like,
chicken, which is dead, then eat like lettuce, which is
have something.
alive.
Yes, have something that lives if you're gonna eat something dead. So I feel like that's what this whole convo is about. Like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna listen to something dead, make sure you
Mix.
listen to
Yeah.
something that brings life.
If y'all hear my playlist sometimes, y'all be like, "Is she?" I'm sure the person upstairs from me would be like, "Is she all right?"
Yeah, no,
Because one
that's how I feel about
minute,
my YouTube. My YouTube be like living alone diaries, drag race, illness from Sarah Jakes Roberts. How to? It's like I'm a whole person. We're whole people. We
balance. You gotta have balance.
yeah,
My
duality.
say everything in moderation. Little pieces of everything.
But
Shit.
yes, if you
Yeah.
listen to something dead, listen to something alive, and hopefully we're something that brings life to y'all.
Right.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
And this has been the season finale of season 4. We'll be back with season 5, and we're excited. And we're just gonna get better and better and better and better.
No, for real. We're still doing the best prayer too. We have like some more days to go. We
You
have
said,
until October 6th, until the Jabez prayer is over.
oh, we still have more time. That prayer. That's what we're gonna. Okay.
How you feel about? Oh, you want to talk about that in season 5? I,
Yeah, that'll be episode 1.
yeah, yeah. I think it's been.
Because
It's yeah. Well,
yeah, we'll
we'll
explore
see.
that. But again, thank you for watching. I'm Curtis. This is May. And yeah, we'll see you in our next episode.
You said